Have you ever gone above and beyond for a homeless person? When I was 23, I worked at this design firm downtown. I took the 6:45 a.m. bus every single morning because I lived too far to walk, and my car had died 6 months earlier. There was this older woman who sat in front of the library every day. Same spot, same plastic bag full of clothes, same silver thermos. She'd be there at 6:30 a.m. when the bus pulled up, just waiting. I walked past her probably 100 times before I actually looked at her. One Tuesday, it was pouring rain, like the kind where your socks get soaked through your shoes in 30 seconds. She was sitting there getting drenched, holding her bag over her head. I had this cheap umbrella from the dollar store, and I just stopped. I don't know why that day was different. I held it over both of us. She looked up at me and smiled. "Thank you, sweetheart," she said. Her voice was normal, not shaky or weird, just normal. "I'm Marin," she said. "I'm waiting for the library to open. I need the computers to apply for jobs." That hit me weird. She talked like my aunt, like someone's mom. I asked what kind of jobs, and she said, "Anything, really." I was a seamstress for 31 years, but I don't know computers. Everything's online now. I gave her my umbrella and went to work, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next week, I started leaving 10 minutes early just to talk to her. She told me her husband died 2 years ago. The hospital bills took their apartment. She'd been sleeping in a shelter, but spent her days at the library trying to figure out job websites. She showed me her hands once. They were covered in tiny scars from needles and pins. She said she could tell if fabric was good quality just by touching it. She knew every stitch type. She'd worked in 4 different factories. I had this dumb idea. My boss was always complaining about how our interns didn't understand fabric. They'd approve samples that looked fine in photos but felt cheap in person. So I went to him and said, "What if we hire a community mentor? Someone who knows textiles and can teach the interns quality control." It was total nonsense. I made it up on the spot, but he said yes. 2-month trial, part-time, minimum wage. I didn't tell him Marin was homeless. I just said she had decades of experience. I filled out all the HR forms myself. I helped her open a bank account at the branch next to our office. I wrote up a fake training plan that was basically just Marin teaching people how to check stitching and spot bad fabric. The first day she came in, she wore the same clothes from her plastic bag, but she'd washed them. Her hair was combed. She looked terrified. But the interns loved her. She'd hold up a sample and say, "This seam's going to split after 3 washes. Feel how the thread tension's off?" And she was always right. Always. By month 2, our clients started noticing. One designer emailed my boss directly and said, "Whoever's checking the fabric samples now is incredible. We haven't had a single return." Month 3, my boss called me into his office. I thought I was getting fired. Instead, he said, "I want to keep Marin permanently. But HR says she was never really an intern candidate. What's going on?" I told him everything. That she'd been waiting at a bus stop. That I lied on the forms. That I just wanted to help her. He stared at me for a long time. Then he said, "She's the best hire we've made in 5 years. I'm moving her to quality control assistant." Marin cried when he told her. She kept saying, "I have health insurance now. I have health insurance." She rented a studio apartment 4 blocks from the office. Started taking the same bus as me again. But now she had a work badge and a lunch bag. 2 years later, the company had this anniversary party. They gave me an award for innovative hiring. I didn't want it. It felt gross. But Marin was sitting in the front row, and when I got on stage, she was smiling so big. I just said she was waiting at a bus stop with a sewing kit. Now she signs off our final designs. Everyone clapped, but I don't think they got it. They thought I was being humble. But what I meant was, she was always good enough. I just gave her a door to walk through. She still works there. Makes more than I do now, actually.